Another production.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome
And
back.
Twitch. And Twitch.
And Twitch. And Twitch. What's good, YouTube and Twitch? It's your boy Shabazz alongside 90 Bats for the week 1 review, recap, and analysis. Week
Football's
1,
back.
man.
Football's back, baby. Football's back.
Football is back. Week 1 happened. It came and went like a calm storm. Calm, imagine. It was a wild storm. Shit was intense. Shit was wild. It was nonstop action. If you was watching Red Zone, it was like turnover, touchdown. It was
Miss kick.
miss kick. It was pandemonium, and I loved every second of it. You feel me? Sorry for the crying baby in the background. You know what I'm saying? But Natural, can you talk to him real quick? I gotta mute myself.
Yeah, I got you. So, I mean, again, we talked about on Wednesday last week the bets that we made. A lot of us will talk about it with our reactions and recap. Week 1 is always unpredictable because you're kind of basing it off of last season and expectations going into the season. And some bad teams will get into every game. Some bad teams looked really good, or at least started off really good. Atlanta. But some teams just look flat coming out of just literally look flat, and they did not look like they prepared. It's the beauty of week 1. It's the beauty of the phrase of any given Sunday. Week 1 and the last week of the season probably are the biggest weeks to have that any given Sunday upsets happen, or if week 1 happens, it sets the tone. Hey, maybe the Bears are actually good. Maybe the Eagles have a terrible defense, and it will just be a constant status all throughout the year. But week 1's a good trendsetter. It's like, okay, the teams we thought were going to be bad, yeah, they didn't show up. But that really didn't happen. Every game was close except for a couple which were not supposed to be. Like, we thought those were going to be close, and then they would turn out to be blowouts. So we'll get into it. And per usual, if you like this video, tell your friends, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend. And let's get right to
Oh shit, I'm back. I've arisen from the Phoenix. All right, so join the Discord, guys.
That's a fact.
We're trying to grow the Discord as well. You know what I'm saying? We got 30 members right now. It's awesome. Shout out to you guys. It's in my description. Join that. Tell your friends, tell a friend, share with them as well. I'm trying to make it autonomous. So because lately I've been seeing a little criticism on our part. It's there, but it's not really there. There's one. I'm want to implement some things that make it more worthwhile. So like sending alerts to the Discord so people who are basketball fans, football fans, etc., have access to those things. Who get the instant alerts as well. Just make it more fun and more interactive. But that's a back end thing. That's something that me and the team got to work on. But that's another story for another day. Let's get into this review, recap, and analysis. So, Bills versus Rams kicked off the season. Bills won 31-10, and low key, like the second half, like it was a tale of two halves. Because the first half for me, like it was competitive. It was turnovers. Both teams were getting at the quarterback. Like it was intense. And then third quarter happened, and Josh Allen went on a freaking frenzy, and Diggs may have overreaction, first week overreaction, but Diggs may have exposed Jalen Ramsey. No. I'm not sagging that. I'm not jacking that. I think Diggs played a hell of a game. And he got the better of Ramsey, but I think if, like, let's say they played each other in the Super Bowl, knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't happen because Ravens flop and Saints, who that nation. But I feel like it just, if they played again, I think it'll be a better time. But Rams did not come to play at all.
Yeah, so here's a couple of things for you, right? Firstly, the Bills did not blitz at all. And they had about 5 or 6 sacks. They did not blitz.
7. I think they had 7.
7 sacks. 7 sacks. Had a couple of picks, probably had 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
And only rushed 4. That is so, like, a lot of people are going to say the Bills are the best defense. They were saying that last year. And my thing was, they don't have Trey White, right? They're not going to be able to corner or cover Cooper Kupp, who, again, he went off. And this is the second thing. Only Cooper Kupp went off, which is kind of like in basketball, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like, let one person go off. All right, you're going to go for 40? Go for 40. But the rest of your team is not scoring. So it's similar to, like, in football. All right, Cooper Kupp, you'll get 10 catches. You get 100-something yards. But nobody else is catching the ball. And you're going to be, you're trying to dick and dunk your way to scoring. But if we can stop you on third down, which the Bills did, it's a wrap. And Matt Stafford looked off. That elbow, like, he looked shot. Like, he looked like Peyton Manning last year in Denver. Like, bad. Now, maybe, again, rust. But maybe the elbow is a bigger thing that people are leading on. So, Josh Allen looked everything as an MVP, as you have been coining so far. Pat Mahomes had something to say about that on Sunday.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But as of now, the Bills, man, like, shit. Whew, I'm glad we don't play them this year because, damn.
Yeah, they're going to be a tough out for any team. I guess their one weakness, I would say, is the running. Because, like, they ran it well, but I feel like they kind of shied away from the balance attack and went strictly to, like, passing, hints of rushing, passing. That's what it felt like. I don't know. James Cook, what a way to start your freaking career. Your first carry was a fumble. Shake it off. You might be in the doghouse, but work your way back. Earn it because you're definitely better than Singletary and both Zach Moss as well. So I think you could be great. On that offense, you could be great. But, hey Allen Robinson needs to be more involved. Rams, I don't know what the fuck was that. I don't know.
Bro, what the hell happened?
I don't know. Matt Stafford's low-key racist. I don't know. But, yeah, bro. Allegedly. But, yeah, bro, I don't know. I feel like he's a dog. We both know this. I'm a fan of his. He has one catch. One catch for 12 yards. That's all. That's all he can do? No. Get him more involved, and I'm pretty sure it will open the door for Cooper Kupp to go over even more. Because when Robert Woods was there, him and Cooper Kupp were both eating together. Now it's just Cooper Kupp, but you need that second person just in case.
Take the pressure off.
Take the pressure a little bit. Because Cooper Kupp is a dog. For me, top 5 receiver, top 3, whatever, in some people's categories, cool. Justin Jefferson, he got Adam Thielen. Devontae Adams, right now you got Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow. Cooper Kupp is just him. And Skoranek, shout out Notre Dame. But yeah, like they need more.
Last thought on the game, Cam Akers as well.
Son,
What
what the
happened?
fuck is that?
So literally, Sean McVay. This is the first time he's like below 500 in his career. He's always won week one. I know it's weird. He's always won week one. He's always been like positive record. But can he recap and can he like get the troops together? All right, we won the Super Bowl. Let's go get another one. Can we like rally the troops? Because the Rams are supposed to be a good team, but right now, as the standings look, it's a long way up.
Long way up. Long way up.
Long way up. But then we got Sunday and Red Zone. And man, can we start with the Saints first?
Of course, that's what that order is. Saints came back from like 27 to 10, came back to win it 26 to 10, came back to win it 27-26. Last second field goal, Will Lutz, and y'all blocked the kick or no?
Blocked the
60-yarder to win by Young Wei Koo. Like, yo, Mike Thomas is back. Mike Thomas is back.
Yes, sir.
It's your team. Go crazy. I'm gonna check myself.
Here's the thing. Kudos to the Falcons because I was talking hella trash. I was like, we're gonna blow them out. I was like, oh, Saints win. We'll have to be more than 7 points, right? By more than 2 possessions. We was wrong. I was wrong. Falcons came to play, and that was a trend that we saw every day, every game. The teams that we thought were gonna be bad, they came to play. They showed up. We'll talk about a team later on, but man, the Falcons pass rush, they got home. I think they sacked Jameis 5 times, maybe 4, but a lot of QB hits. That's not good over a guy coming off an ACL injury. But Alvin Kamara also got a little dinged up. That's an underrated story. So maybe that's why we signed Latavius Murray for the practice squad literally today. So watch out for that. But as Ronell said, Michael Thomas, man, it took a while for him to get going with Jameis because it's the first time they played together. But, man, 2 touchdowns, 2 big red zone touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Jameis was nearly perfect. I think he was 16 for 17 or 16 for 18 for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. Damn near perfect passing rating. The pass to Jarvis Landry, I'm like, we have 40 seconds left to get into field goal range. Boom, we get to start the drive. Jarvis Landry, bang, catch. I was like, oh, I'm at my bro's place going crazy. I'm like, let's go. And then Will Lutz, he doinked the kick earlier and then made it 57 yards, bang, right in the jugular. Atlanta, they played a good game for 3 quarters, but what do they always do? Kind of like the Cowboys. What can go wrong will go wrong. They find a way to choke all the time. They show a 16-point lead, insane. And lastly, the defense, as a Saints fan, this is objectively here. We don't do well against running quarterbacks or mobile quarterbacks. When there's a dual threat option, great running teams, we struggle against. Philadelphia last year, I think Jalen Hurts. This year, literally on Sunday with Marcus Mariota. I think the Falcons have a little something there. They can build upon it and score more points and not settle for field goals. Because that's the difference between every game that wins and loses. Turnover battle and then settling for field goals. Defense, we bended a lot, but we didn't break, and we caught the dub. So I'm happy for us on to Tampa Bay. Well, we host Tampa Bay. So that's all I got. Word.
I would add in a couple key things. You mentioned Alvin Kamara, that ribs. Them ribs is gonna be a lingering issue. I'm mad I have him on my fantasy team. I think he's gonna be okay. They might sit him against the Bucks, which would be unfortunate for me, but I digress. Again, you mentioned it with the Falcons as well. That's a good loot. That's a good loss. Everyone wrote you guys out. We'll get to that quote in a second, later on in the video. But everyone was like, "Oh, the Falcons are gonna tank this year. They probably win 1 or 2 games and first number 1 pick." Everyone was just like, "No," before the season even started. Which goes to show you, week 1, they came to play. They was like, "Yo, screw the noise, screw everything. We're just gonna go out and play football," and that's what they did. Now, can they win that way without getting Kyle Pitts more than 1 or 2 catches? No, they can't do that. He needs to be the focal point of this offense. Him and Cordero and Drake London. That's the big 3. Not Zacchaeus, not anyone else. No, it has to be Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Oh, I'm shaking the game. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and Cordero. Cordero had a great game.
First
Kyle
time
Pitts.
Colts allowed a 100-yard rusher in 20 games. That's like going into like 2 years now.
Like that's pretty for the Saints. Like that's a big thing, and that's a winning formula. Like AJ Terrell is still a dog. He just got beat by can't guard Mike because you really can't guard Mike. You feel me? Like he's still a pretty good corner. So that's a winning formula. Rushing the passer, getting a couple sacks, doing some QB hits, having Cordell Patterson, having Drake London, and getting Kyle Pitts in one ball. That's your unicorn. That's your generational talent. That's like the next Shannon Sharp, Travis Kelce, hybrid, whatever. If that's your guy, get him more involved, and then sky's the limit. They're setting the foundation now for next year and the year after that.
Speaking of foundations and setting up for the future, we got Browns at Panthers. Reason why I set up, because if the Browns can find a way to tread water for the future, Deshaun Watson coming back. Nick Chubb, dog, 140 plus yards rushing, man. Dog. You got Myles Garrett and the whole defensive line for the Browns having like 4 sacks against them. Because again, I knew it. I'm like, they can't protect the quarterback. Like they can't. And your favorite quarterback, sarcastically, of course, Baker Mayfield, had an interception. So, of course, he did. Right straight to Grant Delpit. So, it's one of those. And then, obviously, a rookie, like, 58-yarder at the gun.
Like that was like some fucking wing, like, and then the wings of fate was like, we're going to push that joint to the uprights, and it's good. Like,
right.
It was a good game for the Browns. Like, it's honestly a pretty, like, you were impressed because they had Flash Kareem Hunt. Still, he's the best tandem in the league is them two, bro. It's them two. If Kareem Hunt could be the number one on his own team, bro, that would be incredible for his career. But we know that he's the pass catcher. That's a good position to have. Like, if Nick Chubb is the Thunder, he's the one that's the workhorse back. Bell cow, you're the guy when they need a 3rd and 5 and they want to do a screen pass or they want to do like a nice little real route. You're the guy. Because David Njoku, unfortunately, he didn't show up at all. And Amari Cooper, he's one of the best route runners in the game. He got a couple pass interference calls because he was cooking J.C. Horn the entire game. He was cooking Smith. Like, and J.C. Horn is pretty dope. He's pretty good. But I said Alvin Kamara. Amari Cooper, bro, was putting him on a blender the entire night. Well, afternoon. Baker Mayfield, he had what little rush he did with the. This is why I don't like him because he's mad extra. Man did the QB run to the end zone, do the thing. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, like bro, it's not that deep, son. It's not that deep. Throwing, you almost hitting people with the football and shit like that. Like he had a good play when he made the 75-yard bomb to Robbie Anderson. We're gonna see how that relationship develops throughout the year. Now he's a deep threat, don't get me wrong, but Baker, he fumbled the snap twice. I think actually probably more than twice, but the first time he did it, I was like, of course he did. It's fucking Baker Mayfield. But he got it. And then the second time, that was like God was on his side because he dropped it and then McCaffrey picked it up and like ran for like 20 yards. Like, bro, like they have a good foundation. The Browns, as you said, if they could tread water, until Washington comes back, but then even then, he's gonna be rusty as fuck. But they play the Texans, so for me, they might win that. But we're gonna get to that later, you know what I'm saying? But good win for the Browns. Good win for the Browns. Tough loss for if you're Baker, because how do you come back from that? You play the Giants, and we'll get to the Giants, but let's go Giants. Word. Let's go Giants. We're all ripped up. Prediction for tomorrow. Let's go Giants. Word. But
next game is
Bears upset alert. How, bro?
Freaking call it.
You call, so we both were 9-7 against the spread. Natu said, Bears plus 6.5. 49ers might win the game, but the Bears are gonna cover. And the Bears did more than cover. They freaking stole the game.
So this was before I knew it was a freaking monsoon. I literally did not know it was gonna rain or like be so like crazy weather-wise. I was just like, Trey Lance, rookie quarterback, first game, might be a little shaky. And there was the status on George Kittle. I was like, I don't know. Like, maybe the Bears got it. And then I saw on Sunday morning that it was a freaking monsoon. I was like, yeah, Bears got it. I don't know how. Bears got it. And boom. And you know what made it better for me personally as a viewing experience? I was with Bears fans watching the game. And every time, it was like first half, it was 10-0. Our friend's dad is like, oh, get Justin Fields out of there. We need another quarterback, right? And then second half, he's like, that's my quarterback, man. That's my quarterback. And I'm like,
on some terror and shit.
It was amazing. There's no really like key takeaways to take from this game because it was a monsoon. Weather, like, it's like one of those things where like, you can't you could pick some things out like, hey, Justin Fields, crazy athletic. He can make plays with his legs. That's what you need him to do and improvise. But the Niners though, I don't know, man. It's the defense did most of his job as the offense just couldn't do anything. And then it became like what? They had to score a touchdown to take the lead or to win the game. And then Trey Lance couldn't do it. But again, freaking monsoon. Like the gods literally just like poured rain on them as soon as they got the ball. So it was like, was it destiny? Was it freak occurrence? Can't really tell how good Trey Lance is until like we see him more in action. So I can't really take much things away from this game because of freaking monsoon. But good win for the Bears. They want to know for the first time in like a couple years.
Yeah, good win for the Bears, man. I think it was annoying because like the 49ers did everything. Like the defense tried. They picked them off. They sacked them. Like they tried, but Trey Lance, like, and if I had known, obviously, if like, shoulda, coulda, woulda for me, but I don't know. I had a feeling like he was gonna have a good game, and he made some throws. He made some mistakes. There were some highs and some lows, ebbs and flows. Debo, cool, rush and touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Elijah Mitchell was like, yo, like he's gonna like sprain his MCL. I hope he has a speedy recovery. I don't know how that's going to affect them because they wanted originally to do a running back got by committee. Like that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to do that, but that's definitely not how it goes. So I guess Jeff Wilson is the RB1 now. So if you're in fantasy, if you want a freaking person off Ravers, he might be their vibe. He might get vibe. I don't know. I feel like it's like that monsoon is a heavy burden on any team. Both teams were struggling. So it's kind of hard to be like, oh yeah, it's that's like you can't really take too much of it because of this. Now we'll get to that tomorrow, but 49ers lose to Seattle and Trey Lance plays a horrible game, and then that's caused to freak out. For right now, it's a week 1 loss. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna matter at the end of the year, but for right now, I think there's good things you can take away from it, bad things you can take away from it. Let's just not over focus on the bad.
Right.
With that said, though,
speaking of bad,
yeah. With that said, bad games. That's why we twins. Bad game on both ends. Steelers versus Bengals. That game was pandemonium. Joe Burrow gets sacked like 4 times, throws 3 interceptions, including a pick 6, some Minka Fitzpatrick.
4 picks.
Threw four picks.
And a fumble.
He fumbled. Like, it was bad. And this dude, Evan McPherson, misses a chip shot in overtime, which it was a bad snap. But that's it. That's excuses for me. Whatever. Fucking the defense of the Bengals tried. They only allowed 13 points. No, they allowed 16 points. But you could win with that. Steelers offense, Najee got injured. I hope he's all right for the Patriots game. But, like, bro, I don't know. I feel like it's just not right now. Both teams have a lot to work on. And they're going to have not easy wins. Actually, they both could win their games this week coming up. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But both teams, like if you're the Steelers, you're happy because you beat a division rival. If you're the Bengals, you're upset. You're highly upset because you would a heavy favorite by a touchdown or by 6.5, which is basically a touchdown, and you fumble the bag. Literally fumble the bag and throw 4 interceptions. Like, bro, you cannot win like that. But the fact that they almost came back proves that Joe Burrow is him. He is that guy. Like, literally, like he can rally a team back from a comeback and then almost win it if things didn't happen to go that way. But that's my piece on it. What about you, bro?
Really quickly, shout out another correct game. You don't bet against Mike Tomlin, baby. I bet the spread. I said Steelers are gonna cover the spread 6.5. So again, I'm out here making bets. Yeah. I think the shout out to 2 people for the Steelers. Minka Fitzpatrick, who's a dog. Like,
I think he's the best player of the week. I think so.
Pick 6, block PAT, he to force overtime. All his imprint was all over the game. He was everywhere, and that's why the Steelers paid him as much. It's always great when the Steelers have a great defense, but he's like this is like sacrilege. He's Troy Polamalu-esque. Great safety who's all over the field and has instincts to the ball. Like he's wherever the play is happening, whatever needs to be done, he's done. Like him and Derwin James, to me, are the 2 safeties that are reminiscent of Troy Polamalu, where they whatever you needed to be done, they got you. And Tyrann Mathieu as well. Like, ball, anytime a big play happens, literally Falcons game, Tyrann Mathieu punches the ball out. Because, again, he's always somewhere near the ball. But it's neither here nor there. Second person, Pat Fryermuth, tight end. Because, Deontay Johnson, he got that amazing catch on the sideline. Chase Claypool has some good catches as well. Shout out Notre Dame. And Najee Harris is a dog. But in overtime, in that game-winning drive, Mitch Trubisky was only looking for Pat Fryermuth. And it was a holding on him, and then he's like, "Get off me!" Ran a good extra 15 yards and got in the field goal range. He's a dog. Like the Steelers have, and literally this was hilarious. Mike Tomlin brought the whole team Black Air Forces, bro. I should have was like, "Yo, Steelers winning straight up," because you can't go against the Black Forces. But no, I think the Steelers are, like you said, can the Bengals recoup? Like, can they get their mind right? All right, we had a game, we lost it. Can we get back? That's that championship medal that I think they have. But man, the Steelers, man, who would have thought they could potentially be 2-0 right now? Not me.
Nobody.
Patriots.
Nobody.
And I don't know if that's the next game, but Patriots, man. We'll get to them in a second.
We'll get to that later. Yeah.
The next game
now,
was Lions Eagles, and it's high scoring. Eagles win, cool. We knew they was gonna win, right? 2 things. The Lions have a great running team. Like Jared Goff, aka Jared Goffel, shout out Matt. If he doesn't turn the ball over and just like, yo, DeAndre Swift here, Jamal Williams here, like they came back because they ran the ball, like which is not something you hear. Like, oh, you're down by 17 points and you come back by running the ball and throwing when you need to. Don't try to be a hero, Jared Goff. Run the ball. Use your running backs. And the second thing, A.J. Brown, man, that whole offense for the Eagles, man. And it was crazy. Devontae Smith didn't even show up. Goose egg. But they still scored 38 points. Like, if the Eagles can get their run defense intact, man. But again, is that an outlier or is that a trend? That's kind of a week 1's hard to tell who is really good. But offensively, Monday night next week, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Vikings, Eagles, get your popcorn ready because that's going to be a barn burner.
All right, my 2 cents about it. I was more like, I was so mad at Jalen Hurts because he did things that you like. No offense to the Lions, but you didn't need to. Like, you could have tried to develop as a quarterback instead of looking for the first read and reaction to running. And I feel like he did a lot on Sunday, especially in the goal line. He stole a touchdown from Miles Sanders. Another one. He could have had 2 touchdowns. He only had 1. Like, I feel like if you want to bring that energy to the team, like, you got the dub. Congratulations. This is no shade to that. This is more shade of, like, if you're playing a team that you could not practice on, but essentially like work on some things, then why by all means do that? Like if there's a third and goal or a second and goal, and then you have an option to give it to Devontae or Dallas Goddard or AJ Brown on like a fade route or something like that, maybe work on that. And then maybe in third goal, then you do the freaking QB keep and run it in. But the first instant he had was to run a lot. Aiden Hutchinson, shout out to him. He was on his ass the whole game. Like he was really like I think he sacked him. Like I think he had like 0.5 sacks or a sack against him. But he was really on his ass the entire game. He was not trying to give it up.
Yeah, that's that fight with Dan Campbell, man. Dan Campbell got them boys fighting,
and they're gonna be very good. They're gonna be very good. They're gonna be some winnable games. I think they're favored in this matchup they have coming up. I forgot who they play. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But the Lions are feisty. The Lions, and they're gonna get even better when Jameson Williams comes back. He's the speed demon with good hands. Like if Jared Goff could get him the ball, look out. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be a dog. He's going to be a very good receiver. I'm a big fan. I'm a supporter of his. Him and his brother, Equanimeous.
I was going to say, shout out to them really quickly because Equanimeous within their name. They both scored a touchdown within 3 minutes apart from each other. That's like something you dream of as like if we both were like on a football team and we both were like playing. It's like, damn, like I scored a touchdown in one game. And like 3 minutes later, you score. That's something you gotta brag about to your kids. And they obviously the Lions didn't win the game, but like they came close. Again, it's like moral victories. They still took an L, but that's just for their parents. I'm like happy for them. And like you said, I'm a fan of Amon-Ra St. Brown as well. I got him in fantasy. He's awesome. And Equanimeous is new start in Chicago. So I don't know. The Lions are like you said, frisky. They're gonna get some couple wins here and there. And here's the worst game of the freaking weekend. Freaking ties. Should we even talk about this game, bro?
Yeah, not really. I feel like shout out to AJ if you're gonna watch this. He might join the show tomorrow, so we can actually talk to him about it before we start the show tomorrow. Like I'll ask him like his review of the Colts game because he's a Colts fan. Like both teams deserve to lose. Both teams deserve to win. The Texans was fighting. They were up, but then the defense were the defense. We knew they were gonna come back. I had faith. You got JT, you got Matt Ryan, Michael Pittman had like 120 yards. Like, bro, that's a triplet. You got a pretty good triplet. Matt Ryan's declining because he's like 38, but like, yo, like, feel me? Like they say, people make the argument, oh, Carson Wentz would have won them the game. Maybe
he would have lost it too.
He might have lost it too, and we're gonna get to that in like a couple games. Like the defense, Darius Leonard didn't play. He was like, nah, I'm not gonna play. So I feel like if he was there, he would have made more impactful plays, and the Colts probably would have won the game. But you can't live on that. You feel me? You just can't. And the Texans, they didn't give Dameon Pierce the ball a lot. They didn't trust the rookie. But you're up. Milk the clock. Run the ball. But he didn't want to do it. Lovie Smith didn't want to do that. So now you got a bum-ass tie. So technically, you're tied for first in your division because everyone else lost, but you tied. So, yeah. I don't know. I feel like that game was just horrible.
For sure. It's all right. Then, something I was really excited for was Miami hosting the Patriots. And he waddled away, waddle. Till the very next day. What up? Yo. Mac Jones is hurt. Hurt his back during the game. And one thing we never mentioned, TJ Watt tore his pec. So like with the Steelers game tomorrow, we're gonna talk about it tomorrow, like what our picks are. I'm leaning Steelers because of like the defense even without TJ Watt. Because he held it close like towards the end of the game and he still made plays. But Mac Jones, that offense looks like ass.
Shaky.
Like, shaky as hell. Offensive line, shaky. And there's no receivers, like, at all. And that's it. Like, they scored a touchdown with Ty Montgomery. Who? like Ty Montgomery, bro. He's a running back, receiver, like tight end, whatever position you need him to be. But it's like Miami, they won the game. Tua's now the last 4 games against Bill Belichick. He's beat him. That's nothing really. They didn't really like wow you. They didn't really like, oh my god, the offense with Tyreek, Gesicki, Mostert, Waddle, everybody. It was just like they handled their business and they got out with the dub. Like they was trying to be flashy.
They did the job. They did the job. I completely agree. Mac Jones, he might sit out a couple games. Them back spasms, back spasms are a recurring thing. So if you get some now, you might get them later. Like one more hit, broken back. Like slow, like spasms is a way of telling your body, like, yo, chill before something happens seriously. Like muscle spasms are a very serious thing. Like soft tissue is not. You don't play with soft tissue.
Right.
So they had no offense, like, except for like the little like last second shit that they had. Like, but that was like the Dolphins were playing prevent. Like they wasn't really trying to do much. Like Dolphins came to play, Patriots did not, and it showed. Like you watched the game, like you saw it. Like even in the red zone, you just saw red zone. Like the offense of like they had a balance. Running game, they ran the ball very well. The Dolphins did, and the Patriots did not. Damian Harris and Ramondre, they did okay. They did all right. It was decent, but it wasn't really much. Jalen Waddle, like I'm a fan, but he only had that one good play, and that was it. But sometimes one good play is all you need. One catch for 50 yards. Like we're gonna talk about that in the next game. But like one catch, boom, was out, touchdown. He had like a little short stuff, but that's more of an indictment on Tua. Cause I feel like if he's the number 2 and Tyreek is getting like double teamed, I feel like he should have a better game than what he did. I think that's an indictment on Tua. I don't know though. But speaking of Miami, speaking of the sunshine, there's lingerings that Lamar Jackson might be coming to Miami.
That's all you, bro. I can't really.
I got you, bro. I got you, gang. I got you. So I mean, Ravens won 24-9 against the Jets. It was a lot to take from that game. We didn't run the ball very well at all. JK didn't play. JK is our number 1. So JK or Gus, they didn't play. So we played the Dolphins this week. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. But I feel like we just did it. We played the game our way. And I had to talk with one of my coworkers, Ed. Shout out to Ed. He was like, "You're hyped because you won a game against the Jets." He's a Jets fan, mind you. And I was like, "Yes, because a dub's a dub. Like we get them how you can get them." Like, and he was like, "Well, nah, because it's against the bum ass Jets." Well, I'm like, "Yep, you're right. It was against the bum ass Jets, but let's say end of the season happens, we needed that one extra win somewhere. We got against the Jets. The Jets might have, let's say the Jets upset the Bengals in a couple of weeks. We got the tiebreaker against them. We got to win the division. We got the same record, but we get the same division, it's the same like opponents, whatever. We have the edge on that one game and we win the division. So like, I'm hyped not because it wasn't a good quality win because it was the Jets. It was the Jets. Our first half was slow, honestly. Second half, third quarter, we drove like 14 points. Like Devin Duvernay, dope. Little coming out party potentially. Rashad Bateman, speaking of 50-yard touchdowns, like bro, bomb, blown coverage, easy touchdown. You feel me? Mark Andrews got low key 5 catches, 52 yards. That was it. Money Mark. That was it. I don't know. There's a lot to be desired. Our defense gave up 300 yards passing to Joe Flacco. So there's a lot to be desired. It's going to be a good test this week against the Dolphins. But I think we come out with that with a dub. But I don't know. I think we just okay. And a dub's a dub any way you can get it. Whether it's a close game or whether you blowing somebody up. And he was like, oh, like a dub against like a division opponent is more important or is better than a dub against like the bum-ass Jets. And like, you are right. Indeed right. But a dub's a dub any way you can get it because a win is not guaranteed in football. like a team could be favored by like 7 points, 10 points. Like I looked at the early spread for it's a little preview for tomorrow. Rams are favored by 10.5 against the Falcons on Sunday. Shit, that's not even guaranteed. That's not guaranteed. A dub is not guaranteed in football. I was supposed to go 15-1 in my spread. But 49ers got upset it, the Bengals got upset, the Titans got upset it, and the Broncos got upset. Like, shit, wins are not guaranteed in football. So if you can get a dub anyway, whether it gets the bum ass Jets or the bum ass Lions or the bum ass Texans or the bum ass Falcons or whatever, fuck it, dude. Get right.
Snaps. Last thing I'll say, and we can move on, especially about that. Wins are so hard to come by because, hypothetically, right? This is what football fans fail to understand. You can't win every game and you can't lose every game, right? Going undefeated and going defeated is so rare, right? The last defeated team was the Browns a few years ago, and then before that was the Lions, right? Everyone's bound to have a slip-up game, and everyone's bound to have a game that they just like look like the freaking 85 Bears or the 2007 Patriots. But if you guys hypothetically would have lost, right, then it's like, oh, the Ravens lost to the bum-ass Jets, right? But because you guys won, you can't celebrate. It's like, yeah, we won the game. Like, and my friend Corbin, shout out to him, a co-worker that I was watching, the Bears fan. He was talking about in the fantasy leagues and football kind of follow the same mantra. You don't have to be the best team in the entire league. You just have to be the best team on that field. And that one day you have to be the best team ever, right? So, yeah, the Jets are the bum-ass Jets. But just like we always said, the Giants are the bum-ass Giants. We'll get to them. They showed heart and resilience, and they were the best team on that field that day. Now, during the season, they might go 1-16 or whatever. But for now, they're 1-0. My Bears friend, he was like, oh, we're 1-0. We're going to the fucking Super Bowl. That's what football is all about. Hope and happiness for a win. Because it's only 17 games. But basketball, all right, one loss, all right, whatever. Baseball, 162 games. It's all right, whatever. But like with football, because it's so few games, you got to celebrate the wins while you can because you never know. Someone might get hurt. And then, boom, like, the season's done. Like Dak Prescott, we'll get to him in a second, right? It's like celebrate the wins because the wins are so hard to come by. Speaking of hard to come by, fucking Jacksonville. God damn it. God damn it. I had so much faith in Jacksonville and they had a chance to win, but the defense.
You didn't have a survival pool with them winning?
I had a survival pool pick with the Jags. They lost. They broke my heart. This dude, Carson Wentz, is so freaking unpredictable because he literally, like, I'm watching the Saints game and I'm watching Red Zone. And right when the Saints are driving down the field, Carson Wentz throws an interception. And I'm like, oh, bet. Both my teams that I wanted to win are about to win. Let's go. And then fucking Jahan Dotson, rookie from Penn State, Jahan Dotson showed up twice. And Trevor Lawrence couldn't do anything about it.
ETN got butterfingers, bro.
It is what it is. Week 1, I don't know if it's a trend. I don't know if Commanders are going to be good. They're also one of those teams that like, not it this year. But hey, we love Terry McLaurin in this household. We love Antonio Gibson in this household. So it's just Carson Wentz. Like, is he going to Wentz or is he going to Wentz? Like WINCE. It's just one of those. And I didn't really watch the game like that. I just saw Red Zone. I was like, oh, they're driving. Cool. But, I really got nothing, man.
Yeah, I honestly don't. I had a feeling the Commanders were going to win. I don't know. I feel like Terry McLaurin was going to make a play. He made a play. Jahan Dotson was a surprise. Oh, shit, 2 touchdowns. Curtis Samuel did a touchdown. I was like, all right. Like, really?
What up?
Really? Word. I have not watched Shizzle down this yet. I'm slacking. Big slacking in the chat. But that's off camera. But, like, bro, like, Commanders had a good game. 22. They only allowed 22 points. You can live with that. Like, it's pretty much it. What you can't live with is if you're the Titans losing to the Giants. I'm not gonna say about my Giants. I'm not gonna say about my Giants. I can't say about my Giants. But you lost to the Giants. Fat Randy, you gotta retire. This is multiple years going on now where you've missed last second field goals, bro. And this was like a 40-something yarder. Like, this was easy. Well, I say easy because I got the greatest kicker of all time, just Tucker, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's easy to say that. But 45, that's definitely doable. But Derrick Henry, he only had 82 yards. Hilliard stole a touchdown, 2 touchdowns from him, actually. Which, if you're looking into the fantasy, he could be like the Kareem Hunt to Derrick Henry's Nick Chubb, you know? Like, Derrick Henry's a workhorse, bell cow, but if you want like a passing back, Derrick Henry, he's not a catcher. He's not a pass catcher. He's a north to south runner. Like, he's a runner. Give him the ball, and for me, get out the way. But if you want to mix it up and throw some passing plays in there, get Hilliard and see if you can get that. So I'll definitely make some waiver claims for Hilliard and multiple fantasy leagues, and how to do that. Got to do that. But the defense played well. The defense against the Giants played well against the pass. Horrible against the run. Baquan. Yo, my man's had almost 200 yards from scrimmage. Dolly. Because he's him. Like, he's out on a mission to prove a lot of people wrong this year, and I think he's going to do it. I think so. I'm mad I didn't draft him. Something told me that, I don't know. He might have a bad game here and there, but I think he's going to have a very good season through and through. Derrick Henry's going to bounce back. Ryan Tannehill was very conservative. He was very conservative, which is essentially what he is. He's not a person that you think you can win a franchise with. And this is what I've been saying. Like, no shade to the guy, no hate to the guy, but if you want to win a Super Bowl, you got to get rid of Ryan Tannehill. The defense is good. He had a couple turnovers on granted, Daniel Jones spot. He threw a pick in the end, the red zone, right to the guy. But hey, there's a lot that you could take. The defense was good. The running game was all right. Like, for me, Treylon Burks had some splashes, but if you're not an aggressive person playing quarterback, you're going to hold your team back. And that game he had against the Bengals in the playoffs, that might have shattered a little bit of confidence that he had left. But I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it. Maybe I'm reaching like I'm Mr. Fantastic. I don't know. But what do you think about the game?
You said everything about. I wanted to talk about Derrick Henry needs to get more involved. Shout out to Hilliard because kind of taking Derrick Henry's shine and thunder, but he'll be fine. King Henry's the king. I still get the Titans winning the division because the Colts looked absolutely ass, and Jacksonville's inconsistent. Texans. But Giants, man. Tomorrow, spoiler alert, I'm picking the Giants to beat the Panthers. Brian Daboll, want to know, like, not the surprising coach, he deserved to be a coach, but immediate impact on winning. Because, again, he had Josh Allen. He was like, oh, is it Josh Allen or is it Brian Daboll? Josh Allen, hey, he showed, Brian Daboll helped, but that's just me. But can Daboll have that same impact on Daniel Jones? Yeah, he threw the interception, but then he was like, all right, threw the interception, that's fine. Get back into it. Like, they were talking about, they're having a heated conversation. But it's like, yo, you got this, bro. Relax. And he was like, yo, we won the locker room. Yo, put Juicy on. Put that Biggie. Let's go. He's embracing New York. He's embracing the city. And, hey, man, I'm not a Giants fan as the stream knows. I'm a Saints fan. But I'm always like a Giants, like, supporter, like a lover. Like, the Giants are doing well. Like, it touches the heart. Like, all right, cool. Like, hey, let's go, my city. Like, let's go. What are you talking about? Let's get what you can. But, like, one game at a time. Giants, Saquon, handle your business against the Panthers, and then we make it happen. But the next game, man, was one of the blowouts that was not expected at all. Kansas City destroyed the Cardinals, 44-21, which doesn't even seem like they were the only team to score 40. And it doesn't. I think if they wanted to, they could have gone for 70. Like, it was just copy.
Yeah, honestly, could have. Like, Patrick Mahomes could have probably broke the record. Like,
Patrick Mahomes literally was counting on his fingers when he scored. He's like 1, 2, 3. It's like with Kamara on Christmas Day. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But Kamara got 6. Just gotta throw it out there. But Patrick Mahomes does not skip a beat. Literally, Tyreek Hill, yeah, it's one of those. It's a luxury, but not a necessity. Like a
Perfect.
necessity, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, if he's gone, then I'm like, oof, Patrick Mahomes might take a step back. But as long as Travis Kelce's there and they have Andy Reid, Pat Mahomes is gonna be perfectly fine. And them and the Chargers on Thursday,
It's gonna be a movie.
it's gonna be a movie.
Ooh, turn the AC on.
I got nothing
Ooh.
really to say against the Cardinals. I mean, like Kyler Murray looked overwhelmed, but that's what happens when, like, that's the threat that the Chiefs pose when you have to score every single time you touch the ball. Because if you get the ball back to Kansas City, they are going to score a touchdown or a field goal. That pressure is paramount, and it gets into your head as a psyche, as a football player. Like, shit, I can't make any mistakes because I make a mistake or punt. The team, like, we're gonna be down 2 scores. Boom, they're down 3 scores. So it's like, I got nothing. The defense, they have Buda Baker still, but they have no pass rush. Cardinals have no pass rush. That's why Patrick Mahomes was able to sit back, call his mama, as Stephen A would say, ask for call his girl, saying what I want for dinner, all that stuff, and light them up. And it's running back. It's not running back. It's wide receiver by committee, like you talked about last week. And it's true. Juju had a fumble, but everyone contributed. There was no one. This person, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, yeah, but there was no like one person dominating the stat sheet. Like it always has been. It's been everyone, and that's where a team gets dangerous. Because who's gonna kill you? If you double Travis Kelce, cool. All right, I got Valdez-Scantling, I got Juju, I got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I got so many people. Isaiah Pacheco, shout out the rookie. Like it's so many people that the Chiefs can kill you with, and it's like, damn, like how do you stop that? And Thursday's going to be fun. Get your popcorn ready. But go Chiefs. Good win.
Good win. Great win. Yeah, it's kind of hard to, like, when you say, like, basically, like, you got to play a semi, like, I think in the first half, like, every time they touched the ball, they scored. Every time. That's deflating for not just the defense, but for a team. Like, no matter what we do, they're gonna just keep scoring. And Kyler Murray, you were right. He was overwhelmed. Like, bro, he's the best quarterback in the league. And you so watching him, like you're like, oh shit, like this is really the boss right now. Like, this is what we're doing. And it's okay where you got like dial in, yo, my boy, what's good, baby? But, like, it's one thing when you have a quarterback who knows what he's doing, who's been there, he's done that. He got to stop watching film. He got to start watching film and stop playing Madden. That's a fact. Or Call of Duty double XP weekends. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you feel me? Like, if you got a job to do, get right, my brother. That's it. Get right. That's all. Like, that's it, man. They might bounce back, but I had them on the under. They're not going to win a lot of games this year, especially when you mentioned with no pass rush. So if they're playing a team like, let's say the Rams, they say,
like the Raiders next week?
Oh, they play the Raiders. Bro, the Raiders going to cook you if you don't got a pass rush. Yeah. Honestly, like, bro, you're going to have Derek Carr all day with Darren Waller, Devontae. We'll talk about that tomorrow, but, like, bro, it's going to be a long season if they can't get right. J.J. Watt is still injured. Both Watt brothers are injured. That's crazy.
Yeah. Chandler Jones is in Oakland or Las Vegas now. So it's like it's a revenge game, low key. Like
low key. But speaking of the Chargers, though,
bro, return of the Mac. There it is. Return of the Mac. 3 sacks, baby. He's back. Return of the Mac. Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa. That's curtains. That's a pass rush that no one wants to see. Like, literally, it's insane. I think they had 6 sacks in total, and Khalil Mack had 3 of them. Like, and then when the Raiders were driving down the field, who forced the fumble? Return of the Mac. There it is, bro. And the Chargers lost Keenan Allen.
Hamstring.
He's not playing tomorrow. Oh, not tomorrow. Thursday. That's gonna be the story to watch. Can Justin Herbert utilize everybody else? Because just like the Chiefs, there was people who was scoring touchdowns who, like, there was a lot of weapons on both sides. So Thursday's going to be awesome. But the Raiders, man, they got to protect The offensive line has always been a question mark, and there's going to be a question: can they stop the non-existent pass rush of the Cardinals next like on Sunday? But if you have Khalil Mack and right, Keenan Allen hurt my fantasy team too. Literally, I lost my matchup by 0.2. And I had Keenan Allen hurt, pain. But regardless, though, I love the Devontae Adams, Derek Carr connection. I love Josh Jacobs a little bit. I love Darren Waller. They just have to protect better. And what team can stop the other team from turning the ball over? Derek Carr had 3 picks. That's not a good look. That's when you throw 3 interceptions and you're behind the 8 ball. It's like kind of having I have to score. And the Chargers got low key conservative. They were like, all right, we winning. Like, it's cool. If they would have gone for the jugular, it would have been a blowout like the Kansas City game. But they'd be all right. I think it's one of the better games of the weekend, but kind of left a lot to be desired.
You know what's scary about that? Mike Williams didn't have a catch.
Really?
Mike Williams didn't have a catch. And he's the like Keenan Allen's the route runner, but in terms of like big play explosions, Mike Williams is him. He just got the extension too. So he's the guy for the Chargers, and he didn't catch nothing. And I'm like, that's surprising. So definitely gonna have to put him more in the game plan if they want to beat the Chiefs. But like, yo, they blocked well. Justin Herbert. I thought he was gonna go for like 405 touchdowns, but that was Patrick Mahomes who did that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, it's just one of those games where like the score it looked close, but it really wasn't. Like the one team, like when you have a defense like that you mentioned with Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Asante Samuel catching a pick, he got put in the blender though. He got put in the spin cycle. But he spun the block. He spun his block.
Derwin James
is the dog. Like, bro, like it's kind of hard to beat a team like that, and it's gonna be interesting to see how the Chargers respond to the challenge of finally can they beat the Chiefs. Well, they beat them before, but can they beat them like a convincing fashion, not having to go to overtime and all that other nonsense? Can they do it? That remains to be seen. We'll find out tomorrow on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Now,
but games that were like close in score but wasn't really close. Vikings, Packers, like
that's obnoxious.
That's so obnoxious. But Vikings, Packers can be surmised in 2 words: Justin Jefferson.
9 catches, a buck 84, and 2 tutties. Like what?
Himothy, Hemi Neutron, Hemi Hendrix, like he is him. He is that guy. And if you got him in fantasy, be grateful because like he was, and it's a difference between going for like just Hail Marys, 4 verticals. He was so wide open. Like there was so many plays where he was just like there was nobody within 10 yards of him, and it's like how do you stop that? And then Dalvin Cook didn't really go off. The Packers is like they was like committed to stopping the run. Kirk Cousins is 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock. Kirk Cousins. He's not at 1 o'clock. Whatever. Justin Jefferson, if he has him on his shoulders, it's clips for the league. And you still have Dalvin Cook. You still have Adam Thielen. You still have Madison and Irv Smith. You have a lot of players on that Vikings team, and they're gonna win the division. We called it last week. We gave our predictions for the playoffs. Vikings are going to be a tough out for every single team they place because they have a great offense. And the Zadarius Smith pickup for the Vikings defense is underrated too. Yeah, the Packers could have scored more points. The receiver dropped an easy touchdown. We gotta say that. But holding Aaron Rodgers to no touchdowns passing and a pick, pretty good, pretty solid. It's like last year Saints blew them out, and then they came back and won the number 1 seed in the NFC. So I'm not worried about the Packers at all.
I am.
You are.
I am.
Okay.
So you talking about the Vikings? That's cool. I'm worried about the Packers because Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, they could win you some games, but they can't win you every single game. Like you can't just run the ball and do checkdowns to Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. You can't. You just can't. Aaron Rodgers literally Once Watson fucked up that perfectly good pass, he was like, he's like, you're done. You're done. Like, not even show up. Like, even just take your shoulder pads off. Like, you're done. You're done. Like, that's how it felt like. And it's kind of hard when your offensive line is still battling from injury. Like, David Bakhtiari is not playing. So, like, when you got Zadarius Smith, who knows the tendencies of the Packers because he played against them. He was playing for them for so long. Like, it's kind of hard to win against that. And some of the decisions he was making he was like, yo, I'm trying to win the game, but, like, I don't know. But, like, it's crazy. I'm concerned because the receiving core is mid. Devontae Adams had more yards himself than all fucking combined of the receivers for the freaking Packers. That's not good. That's not good. Like, he had like 120 and Devontae Adams himself had like 140. Like, that's not okay. That's not okay. Moving forward, they play the Bears. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And if they don't get their shit right, they could easily be looking at 0-2. Easily. My thing is, if this is no fault to Jair Alexander. Whatever happened with Justin Jefferson, that's no fault to Jair because they did not want him to shadow Justin Jefferson the whole night. Dylan, that's a fact. Tunyon got to be more involved as well. He got to be more involved as well. And they actually have a good relationship. Aaron Rodgers and Tunyon, they have a good relationship. So I don't know how that wasn't working out. You feel me? But I feel like Jair I don't know. I feel like he might request a trade because, like, if it's corner is like a position where, like, yo, you're not a diva, but you know you him. And to prove that you him, you gotta go against the receivers that are regarded as him. Justin Jefferson, in my opinion, is the best receiver in the game, especially at, like, this season. You don't prove it. He's him. Jair Alexander, I'm a big fan. That's a matchup. We was like, oh yeah, it's lit. It's game time. We gonna see if you feel me. Who's the better person? That's what we always jacking. Me, you, people on TV, whatever. We always like, oh, this is a matchup to see. But yet he doesn't guard him once. Like, you can't do that. And then when asked about it, he's like, that's not my call. I ain't making call. And that just goes to show you, yo, Matt LaFleur, yo, bro. I don't know what to tell you, my brother, but yo, you gotta get right because when you play in, like, let's say, I think they play the Rams. Are you gonna do the same thing to Justin Jefferson that you're gonna do the Cooper Cup? I'm sorry for the noise.
No, Packers play the Bears.
No, but like down the line, they play the Rams.
Yeah.
So when you play the Rams, are you gonna do the same thing? No, you can't. You can't, especially when your pass rush is not coming home.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but speaking of pass rushes. Cowboys lost to the Bucks, which we all kind of expected to happen, but the Cowboys only scored 3 points, the lowest in like 20 years, bro. They ain't scored a touchdown in like.
Did not score a touchdown. Only team not to score a touchdown.
That's a fact. The only team, bro. Like, even the bum ass Jets scored a touchdown. Again, it was late, but yo, like, they scored 3 points, and honestly, I'll talk first for the side of the Bucks. Bro, the Bucks played a bad game. They won 19-3. Like, the defense was all right. But the offense, bro, they had so much points off the table. They had so many opportunities to score. The offensive line proved there's going to be a problem when they play a team like the Saints, bro. Yo, that's going to be bad for business. But Julio, a little revival, a little resurgence for my boy Julio. Mike Evans is a touchdown magnet. He's always going to get the touchdown. We're gonna see how Marshawn Lattimore. I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow's show. That's all natural for me.
Clip, yeah, clip. What are you talking about?
But they had so many points off the table. Like, they kicked like 4 field goals, and they missed the field goal too. So they had like 5 field goals right there. Like, bro, like, they had a touchdown. It could have been easily like 30-something to 3 on some Saints versus Bucks from like last year. Easily could have done that. But I feel like they're gonna get right eventually. But this is more, and then Dak is out. I don't know if you want to talk about the Cowboys part, but
I'll talk about it. So you got a couple of things. One, the Bucks O line, Micah Parsons, that dog.
That boy's
That boy is good. That boy, man. And like Trayvon Diggs, I talked a lot of trash about him on like last week's show. I gotta give him respect because it's not easy to hold Mike Evans a few catches. Like that touchdown grab of Mike Evans, that was pretty good. Like, what you about to do? What you about to do?
Keep talking.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I give Diggs a little bit of credit. He showed up a little bit. Just a little bit. I gotta give him respect. But the Cowboys
5 catches, 71 yards and a tutty. I don't know. That's pretty good. I don't know. That's pretty good.
I don't think all of it was on Diggs though.
I'm just saying. You're right.
But regardless, though, here's the biggest thing with the Cowboys. Obviously, the biggest takeaway is that Dak got hurt. Right? Dak's hurt. Dak's out for 4 to 6 weeks. Some at the beginning on Sunday night they were saying it might be 6 to 8 weeks. Now they're saying 4 to 6. Jerry Jones is not putting him on IR, which means he could return after 4 weeks because IR is like you have to stay out like at least 4 weeks. So they're saying 4 to 6. So it depends on how he feels. But shout out to Zeke. Zeke looked a little bit explosive. Yeah, a little bit. Now he's still a little washed, yes, but he had a little burst back. I was like, okay, like powerful running. Tony Pollard needs to get more involved. If Dak is gonna be out, I think they should go grab get Cam Newton, get they were thinking about first things first. They were saying trade for Tyler Huntley, the Ravens backup. Get Tyra Taylor, get Jimmy G, get somebody if Cooper Rush isn't the guy, because again. But that's a whole story for next week as well, or like for tomorrow. Last thing, Cowboys receivers cannot get separation. Like you would think, CeeDee Lamb was a route god. He was clamped for most of the game, and if it wasn't him catching, it was nobody else. Like nobody else can get separation. Nobody else even had a chance to catch the ball. Is that product of Bucs defense, or is that a product of just lack of the Cowboys, are they going to regret trading Amari Cooper for just a 4th round pick? Like, are they going to they traded so much to get him, and they just traded him away for a 4th rounder? They're going to regret having a solid route runner who you can rely on to get the 3rd downs, the 4th downs if needed. Like, I don't know. Cowboys aren't winning the division, and right now looking like they're not winning as many games as people thought they were. I didn't have them in the playoffs anyway, so
it's lit.
Work for me.
And lastly,
pain. Just
straight pain. Just straight pain.
Just pain,
bro.
So can I? So
we both got pain, bro.
We both have pain. So
Russell Wilson, bro.
The last game, firstly, I was so mad. One, obviously, I'm a Russell Wilson fan. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, he's the best quarterback in the world. I just love, want black quarterbacks to be successful. Shout out to Geno Smith. Shout out to Geno.
Quote of the century. The reporter asked him, everybody was writing you guys off. He was like, yeah, they were writing us off, but I ain't right back. I was like, mom is. I was like, you like singing pastor, preaching pastor. I was like, yo, like that was perfection. That was perfection, bro. They were writing us off, but I ain't write them back. Still a win. My fault. I just had to say that.
That's a fantastic quote. Here's my pain, and then Ronaldo tells us pain. It's Seattle, the defense, they knew Russell Wilson's tendencies. I'm not really worried about the Broncos. I think it was an emotional game for Russell. I am worried about the play calling, which I'm pretty sure you're going to talk about in a second. But I'm assuming here. I don't know. My pain. I had a 10-leg parlay. 3 main things had to happen, and I would have won 2 bands. It was a $5 bet. Broncos had to win. Javonte Williams had to score a touchdown, fumbled at the 1-yard line. And then Rashad Penny had to score a touchdown. They just kept throwing the ball to tight ends and not giving the ball to Rashad Penny. So I was like, bro, there's other things that had to happen, but with those 3 things happening, the other things would have fell. 2 bands missed out on. But and I got to talk about it. Fuck. You take the ball out of Russell Wilson's hands, 4th and 5, and you rather elect to go for a 64-yarder. Nathaniel Hackett. What the fuck is wrong with you? You have a Hall of Fame quarterback and you take the ball out of his hands. And you had 3 timeouts. You had 3 timeouts. It was third down. They got it to 4th and 5. Why the fuck did you not call timeout? Think about it. Yo, what we thinking? Should we go for it? Get a little bit closer? Because if you wanted the field goal, I'm fine. Play for the field goal. But don't kick a 64-yarder
when he's not Justin Tucker.
It's not a dome. It's not a dome, and it's not in Denver. What are you thinking? And it's still 20 seconds left on the clock. Go get some more yards. Trust in your quarterback. You get paid fucking $200+ million to. Trust him to get a play. Trust him to make it down. And if they lose, we live with it. Hey, Russell Wilson, we all our confidence is in you. We trust you to make a play. But now taking the ball out of his hands and saying, we're going to let the kicker, but all week 1, shakes and misses and doinks. You got to trust a kicker from 64 yards to win you the game. Abysmal coaching, abysmal playmaking, and abysmal just all-around effort from the Broncos. Shout out to the Seahawks. They came to play. They booed Russell Wilson, which I did not like. I didn't think that was classy. He brought you a Super Bowl. He was the only thing keeping you guys relevant for 10 years. Why boo him? Like, that's not classy. I didn't like that at all. But Broncos sold. They sold on your boy. And it is what it is, bro. I'm done.
Right, so that's my pain is twofold. One, I had a bet. Granted, it was only like a 10-cent bet. I don't know. Was it? No, it was my last dollar on DraftKings. My last dollar. So I'm done. I'm officially done with DraftKings because I'm on the FanDuel wave. Yo, FanDuel, hit me up. Work. Talk to me. But anyway, I had a bet. It was Russell Wilson to throw. Actually, I got the receipts right here. Hold on, let me see. I had a bet that had Russell Wilson to throw 300 yards. He did that. I needed Broncos money line. He lost. 25+ Russell Wilson completions. He had that. 2 or more Russell Wilson passing touchdowns. He only had the 1. And my pain, like, I would have won for cash for like $475. So I went up. For me, that would have been $575. Yo, you turn $5 to $2 you know, and it would have set the foundation for my FanDuel. I said my DraftKings come up. So now I'm done with DraftKings. That was the first pain. Second pain, fantasy. One of my leagues, I lose by 2 points. What did I need to happen? Him to score another touchdown. If he had scored another touchdown, I would have won the matchup. I was an underdog, and I was down by 2. And all I needed was a touchdown, and he would have won. And I would have won, and I would have talked mad shit because everybody was writing me off. I didn't get the projections. I was like 10th. I was like, I'm 10th. Well, that can suck up. Whoa. we got a little wild. We took a turn. For me, we took it there. For me, but I'm not gonna blame the Broncos. I feel like there was a lot going on. Like coaching matters. Like, I feel like when you know Russell Wilson's tendencies that you mentioned earlier, like that doesn't happen. Like when they play, I don't know who they play this week, but they're gonna be much better, huh?
They play the Niners.
I'm talking about the Broncos.
Texans.
They're gonna be much better against the Texans. Javonte, honestly, they need to make him the RB1 and not split the carries. Honestly, like, he's younger and he's better. Like, I feel like right now, like, I would want Javonte over Melvin Gordon. Not to say do not English. I don't care. I'm not saying to not involve Melvin Gordon, but I am saying lessen his load. Use him when you need him, or when you want to utilize him a little bit, or when you want to give Javonte a break. Utilize Javonte because he's only going to get better when he has more reps. He probably would not have fumbled the stuff. Like when Melvin Gordon fumbled, he probably would not have fumbled, but he ended up fumbling when he had his own opportunity. So, well, that goes.
Ball, bro. Fucking offensive line.
Bro, it's also a shame when you have like the freaking 12th man was going bananas, messing up the count. Delay a game, delay a game, delay a game, delay a game. It was like 12 penalties for like almost 200 yards in penalties. That's not okay. Russell Wilson, you were being real conservative in the first half, only throwing into your tight ends. Cortland Sutton only having one catch. That besides the 67-yard touchdown, which for like half, which was underthrown by the way, Jerry Jeudy had to come back for it, and then he had to break a tackle and go. Besides that, you only was focusing on. Then freaking Troy Aikman was getting me so tight because Okuwebanam. That's the dude's name. You're saying like Oku Nueva Wamba Wamba. I'm like, bro, come on, son. Like, don't you talk to these players before in the prep meeting? Like, they tell you how to say the name. I was just like, bro, whatever. But he was only throwing it to the tight ends. Like, and check downs with Devontae. Against the Texans, I'm gonna need you to try to throw a little bit more to Cortland Sutton and to Jerry Jeudy. Because Jerry Jeudy, he dropped the pass. But you can't hold it against him. Like, you can put him in a dog for like a quarter or whatever, but you got to give him involved. Because he has potential to be good in this league, but you got to give him the opportunity. Cortland Sutton, I am a big fan. I have faith in him. But when you only give him one catch in the first half and then you give him some light in the second half, we need more in the second half. All right? And then the penalties are definitely fixable.
That's coaching.
That's coaching. I know Nathaniel Hackett was probably overwhelmed his first game, but that wasn't an excuse for Brian Dable. That wasn't an excuse for Dennis Allen. Wasn't an excuse for wait, hold on. I don't want to say that because everything knows. But it wasn't an excuse for Mike Tomlin.
Well, Mike Tomlin's one of the coaches.
Yeah, I get that, but like coaching matters. If you have good coaching, everything else follows. Have them being more up tempo, knowing what they're gonna do. Oh, first down we're gonna do this. If that works, boom, boom, boom. Like having the plays like off rip, cool. Not wasting time in a huddle for like 30 seconds and then having to rush. No. Having an identity and knowing what you want to do matters.
Yeah.
So Broncos lost themselves that game, and it's gonna come back to bite them in the butt because the Chiefs aren't going anywhere, and the Chargers are damn sure ain't going anywhere. Chargers might pick to win the division, so for me, we're gonna see. But in the Raiders, they're gonna win some games as well. So you needed a matchup like this. You needed a win. It was an easy win, and you let it slip through your fingers. Easy win. But I don't know. We were both 9-7 against the spread. Week 1 was horrible. But in terms of the picks, 10-6, 9-7, like it wasn't bad.
You're a game ahead of me. We had the same picks except for the one game.
You know what I'm saying? We might have different games tomorrow, but that's a tomorrow thing. We gonna see how that goes. But overall, how do you feel about week 1, bro? That's off the books. We're on to week 2.
One's done. We move on to week 2. I'm happy my team got the dub. And not sick. Well, now at this point, because it's a tie, 14 teams can say that they have a win, and that's all. That's all this league is about: stacking up wins. You know how to be the best team in the entire league. You gotta be the best team on the field, and can that happen on a consistent basis? All the teams that won this week, my team, your team. Shout out to Giants. Shout out to the Bears. All right. Shout out to the Bills, Chiefs, Chargers. Other teams I'm missing here. Can they rally? Can they get to 2-0? And the teams that lost, like shout out the Rams, shout out Falcons, shout out the Broncos,
49ers, whatever.
49ers, right? Jags, Lions. Can they use the loss and build upon it? We only lost by a little bit. Let's correct some of those mistakes. Coaching, heavy practice. Let's go to week 2. Red zone back, football's back, and it gives us something to talk about.
Yeah, man, he said it perfectly. And a win's a win no matter where you can get it. A win's a win no matter where you can get it. Because, like, wins are hard to come by. So whether it be against the bum-ass Jets or the bum-ass Cowboys, whatever, like, a win's a win. It's going to matter at some point. So, I mean, I don't know. With that said, though, I hope you guys enjoyed week 1, our review, recap, and analysis. We both did decent winning. We had a winning record last week, but 10-6 is not gonna get us the money, man. We want the money. We want the money. Moving forward, we're naturally gonna talk about this off camera. But we're gonna have a certain way we do the show, the prediction show. We're gonna have a certain way we do this, not the pick'ems, the spreads, because I'm pretty sure that's what you guys care about. We're gonna have a certain way we do the spreads. Like we're gonna have games that I wouldn't bet, and then some locks. You know what I'm saying? Like like I'm putting my own bet. Like this is what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey man, I'm always gonna put my bets in. You know what I'm saying? Just a little 10-cent here. You know what I'm saying? See the long shot, shoot from half court, see if I can make that, you know what I'm saying, win a couple $100. So that's me. But I'll make a separate parlay just on the locks I have. And if it's like locks and shit, 2 locks is the way it goes. But football's, again, unpredictable. Completely unpredictable. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Might have a special guest. I got to confirm with him in the morning. I'm at work. See if he's still down to do it. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoy. Shout out to the Giants. I'm on my way down there. Don, you gotta come on the show, bro. What's the vibes? Natural. We gonna make it work. Week 3. Wait. Week 3. Wait. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Join the Discord. Dial in. Join the Discord. Fuck is wrong with you? If you're watching this, we'll come down tomorrow. Don't get the 9. But yeah, bro, like join the Discord. It's a gaming community. We playing our parlays and our bets in there as well. Like all of us are sharing our stuff, so we all can eat potentially. So why not? You know what I'm saying? But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys tomorrow for the week 2 predictions, odds, spreads, and all that other jazz. And until then, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
It's funny, I know about it. Certain to somebody. Sometimes